I know the music sounds crazy terrible. I'm sorry about that. But we have our host here, and we're getting ready to get started. Happy Sunday, everyone. What's up, Justin Jackson? Justin Jackson is our Microsoft host and who makes things happen at the Microsoft Store. Say hello, Justin.
Hey guys, good afternoon. How's everybody doing?
We're doing good. So far, so good.
Great. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the chat. Hey Dan, I started the recording, so it'll be good to go. Once the meeting ends and everyone's out, then it's gonna send over the video, and I'll be able to share that with you.
Awesome. There it is. That's it. That's all we need to make sure we're ready to go and we're good to go. Thank you, Justin. Thank you for making this available. Thank you to Justin Anderson for being one of the art battle participants. And thank you to Allyssa for participating as an art battle. Word up. Appreciate you. Okay, everyone. My name is Delta Tango Mike, DTM for short. I am an artist illustrator and one of the founders, along with my wife, the founders of Artist King. Artist King's focus is to share education and resources to help artists succeed in the marketplace. And so together, along with Microsoft Store, we come up with this idea of hosting art battles and talking about the business of art. So anybody who's watching, anybody who joins in throughout the next hour, 2 hours, I will be around to talk about the business of art, share some insights, and hopefully enable all of us to learn something new to further our creative career. Part of today's program is the art battle, and a big part of it is to get some insights from Allyssa and Justin on their art career, their beginnings, their story, and so we will have an artist talk right after the art competition. First thing that we're gonna do is start talking about what is the art competition and what's it gonna take to get that going. What are the rules and what can we expect? And so this is for Justin and Allyssa. You guys' job is right now to start telling us about what ideas you have. What would you like to be the theme of this art battle? And give us your ideas so that both of you can agree on something that you want to draw. Both of you are awesome artists and have preference onto the art that you like to draw, but I want to make sure that some of those ideas kind of match. All right, so without further ado, Miss Allyssa and Mr. Justin, go ahead and tell us some of your ideas, and you can even write them down if you like, because we have a chat. So if you're open to talking or you want to write down your ideas, go.
Okay. I got a hip hop theme in mind. Right now I'm seeing gold chains, maybe some polar bears, you know, off the wall type.
Gold chains and polar bears.
Yeah. Cool hip hop, man.
Cool hip hop. Oh, nice. That's cool. Cool. I need to write that one down. That's a good idea. Go ahead, Allyssa. What do you think?
I was thinking about something that's gonna kind of speak to the times that we're in. It's a unique moment right now in history, and we could make something that reflects how we're feeling or what's going on right now with the global pandemic or with transitioning our lives to the new normal.
Mm-hmm. The new normal. So what the world looks like, what people look like. Tell us a little bit more. What do you think? What does that look like?
There's some, symbolism that we have right now. We have face masks, we have hand sanitizer, toilet paper. We have those kind of symbols of the times. I didn't think that those would become
toilet paper. Right there, rolls of toilet paper hanging off your neck.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, instead of a chain. I mean, what's better than gold?
That's funny.
It's more valuable than gold.
Yeah, for real. I like that.
You like that? I just threw that in there.
That's a good idea, though.
So, okay. What do you think of Allyssa? Allyssa, what do you think about that?
I'm also thinking, I love to give tribute to whoever supports us and sponsors us. So maybe something that also touches on the values of Artist King and of Microsoft, of connecting people and really expanding this kind of community.
Okay. All right. So here's what I think we should do. Whatever ideas you got in your head, whatever visions you've seen so far right now, Allyssa and Justin, whatever you've seen, whatever is, as we passed on these words, the visions have flashed across your head and creativity come through, go with that. Doesn't matter if it's the same thing, if it's matching or whatever. This is your inspiration and your creativity. How about that?
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yep. And we don't share the screen until the actual art battle begins.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So So now you know what your ideas are, and now it's your turn. And this is what we're gonna do right now. Right now, Allyssa and Justin are gonna go ahead and start working on their sketches and ideas and seeing how they work on paper, on the screen, whatever. They right now they have a device, and we've seen Justin's device come on a couple of times. And so what they're gonna do is take 20 minutes and let me look at the time. Is that the right time? Yep, 1:07. So at 1:27, we're gonna come back with them, and they'll be ready to go and start the art competition with a blank screen, nothing on the screen. And they will have 20 to 30 minutes to compose something brand new that we have not seen based on their ideas that they just shared right now. And so this is their time to go ahead and sketch out composition, look up references, whatever it is that they need to get warmed up to the idea they're going to share with us. In the meantime, we're going to discuss a little bit about the business of art. If anybody wants to introduce themselves and share a little about themselves, I would like that. We can go around the room and start discussing or sharing a little bit about ourselves. And if anybody has a question, then we can discuss some answers and solutions. Once 20 minutes are up for start the competition, then we'll start the art battle. We'll take 20, 30 minutes for the art battle while we're still talking about the business of art, except that during the art battle, Justin and Allyssa will check in, and we'll be sharing their screen so that we can take a look at what they're drawing and what they're creating. Once the 20 minutes are up or 30 minutes are up for the drawing, I keep saying 20, 30, I'll say 30. 30 minutes of the drawing battle is up. Then we'll all take turns to vote on whose drawing we like. And maybe if you're so inclined, share with us why you like one particular piece. What is it about the piece that you connect with, and why is your vote towards that piece? This is a friendly art competition, but so we're gonna be nice and cordial. but I'd like to hear about what are your views and how do you feel? And you can write that on the chat. So if you rather just write it out and say something, that's great. If you want to jump in and say it out loud, then that's cool. That's cool. Once we get through that part, we'll stick around for the artist talk. So Allyssa will go first, and she's going to talk to 15, 20 minutes, however long she wants. She is a great presenter and has a lot of information and resources that she's built up in the years as a professional animator and artist. So she can talk to us about her career, some of the things that she's done, what her portfolio is about, and how has she made the decisions to follow that path that she's following now. And hopefully she can talk to us a little bit about my animation life and her work with the arts community. Then after that, it'll be Justin's turn, and he can share with us the same things about his career, his choice. He is in the very similar industry as I, where hardcore illustrators and Adobe Illustrators, like one of our main programs. And so he can talk to us about his choices, why, what inspires them, and what's he working on. How about that? Does anybody have something to add to this? This is your chance. I'm gonna put on my glasses so I can read. Is anybody saying anything? All right, cool. So Allyssa and Justin Anderson are going on. Anybody else would like to tell us who they are, what they're doing, name, what do you do, and what are some of the projects you work on, or what are you working on as an artist now? I see CW, the creative, in the house. I saw Angela. There you go. Nice. I see, I thought I saw the Mad Penciler in here. And Theo Allen. Nice. What's up? What's good, y'all? There goes the Mad Penciler. Mad Penciler, tell us a little bit about yourself. Mad Penciler. Robotic pastries in the house. I like that. I hear somebody. It might be there's Justin Anderson and drawing on his tablet. All right, so he draws. Mad Penciler draws. As a matter of fact, Mad Penciler has been drawing for a long, long time. And he just posted an artwork today. Let me see, what was it? It was a commission piece, he says, and I saw it come across my stream. Let me see the Mad Penciler. He is famous for the blue drawings. If you check him out on Instagram, the Mad with 2 Ds Penciler. Oh, it's from Lord of the Rings. That's right. I saw that. Yep. And it's insane. Even digital drawing, he draws it in blue. This guy is all in when it comes to the art life. And he is an illustrator. Oh, you don't have a mic? Okay, cool, cool, cool. He's an illustrator artist who works in digital, traditional, and tattoos. So that's amazing. Welcome to Malik. Thank you for coming through. Anybody wants to tell us how'd you hear about today's art battle? Please drop it in the comments. Tell Aisha I'm gonna do her train too. Oh, the Mad Pencil says, Aisha's here. She can see your message. Cool. All right. So let's talk a little bit about some of the things that I've been sharing in the art life. And hey, you guys, I'm a senior majoring in digital animation. I'm here from ASIFA. Hey, Theo. Welcome, welcome. Awesome. Yes, ASIFA South is an animation organization here in Atlanta. ASIFA itself is a multinational, international organization made up of animators who are dedicated to uplifting the animation community through resources and education. So check them out. Malik says he's here through ASIFA South also. Nice, nice. So do check out some of those resources. I should add a link to ASIFA, or if anybody has a link to ASIFA, drop it in. So here we go. I'll find their Facebook. All right, so as I was saying, Some of the resources that I've been sharing this year are based on my own experiences, and I call them the Thriving Artists Art Life Shorts. Oh, there you go. So Allyssa, she typed it in. I was dropping the Facebook link. And so the Thriving Artists Art Life Shorts are really about having a focus on your art career on the positive side. We all have our battles when it comes to business, when it comes to our creativity and getting paid for our work. And so instead of focusing on the things that go wrong or lamenting the things that are not working out, and to get rid of the whole idea. Hello, everyone. Angela, we're here. Welcome, welcome. CW The Creator says, I'm a printmaker, digital artist, and graphic designer from Arkansas. I heard about this battle by following DTM. Nice. Yes, I think CW The Creative, you're everywhere. I see you everywhere. And Angela, she comes to us from Behance because I had some conversation with her when I stream on Behance. Welcome all. And so one of the things that I want to focus really, really strong and have a strong argument against is the whole idea of the starving artist. We got to get that out of our heads. We got to get that out of the language and the way we talk. And so that's why my focus is the thriving artist in Art Life Shorts, our focus on the thriving artist and focusing on the things that we can do better as an artist, better as our community to further our career and get rid of that idea of the starving artist. So here's some of the things that I've been sharing and some of the things that I've been thinking lately and is having a vision for yourself and a reason on why we do the art that we do. Why do we want to create? We got to start with what is our purpose as an artist or the purpose for our art, the vision that we have for ourselves, what would we like to do? And think about those things as we're developing our art talent and coming into our own art career. Because that vision, that definition helps shape what you say to people about yourself, what you say to people about your art, and it helps you choose the projects you want to work on and focus on working on projects that you're passionate about. One of the things that happens a lot, here's an example, is that as an artist, we want to create, we want to get paid to create as a professional artist, as a paid working artist, we want to create and get paid for it. And sometimes those art opportunities that come along are not real opportunities. They're kind of exposure-based exploitation of the artist, or are sometimes art projects that do not fall into the guidelines that we want for ourselves. There might be a project that's a little bit outside of our style, a little bit outside of our wants and our needs as a creative. And what happens with that is that we get caught up in chasing these art projects. We get caught up in trying to do everything. Like your portfolio then becomes very broad in that, oh, I can do this, I can do that. I can work on logos, I can work on design, I can work on illustrations, I can work on flyers, I can work on movie shorts, etc. And so then you try to load up your skills with a lot of different mediums and talents that then you think that allows you to go after different types of projects, or people see your work and say, well, that person can do what I have in mind because you have it in your portfolio. But really the reason why you have that is just so you can catch more projects, not so that you can work on the projects that you're really passionate about. So by us focusing on having a vision for the kind of artwork that we like, the kind of artwork that we want to create, the kind of projects that we want to work on, the kind of industry that fits, then that's when we're able to find those projects and make sure that our portfolio fits exactly that which we want people to know us for. And so I've done that. It takes some time. It takes a lot of figuring out in the market, in the art industry, in the projects that you do. Eventually, you will find that either you might accept a project that you're really not too excited about, because they're paying money, you're willing to take it. And then as time goes on, you realize, oh yeah, that was not really what I wanted to do. That's not that's no matter how much money they're paying, or maybe it's not enough money, but the money is not worth the work that has to go into it. And so now I'm really not happy doing this project. And so what we have to do is, and so then as time goes on, we start making sure that, oh, which camera I'm on? Oof, there it is. So then as time goes on, we start figuring out that, yeah, I'm not gonna, now I know how to define the projects that I want to work on, because we've done the projects that we don't like, or we've come across things that are not gonna be helpful to our career or to our talent or so on. And that takes time. It takes time. But I like to tell artists, and especially the artists that I train in the business of art, I like to tell them, I said, focus on the art that you like. Build your portfolio on the art that you like. Let's find the industry that is going to fit all that kind of market. And then we'll find the customers that are gonna fit your market, fit your art style, fit the things that you like to draw, and you'll have the art career that you're gonna be happy with. We have to focus. If we start everywhere and working with all kinds of different ideas and things and industries, then we're gonna always chase the next client, and if that next client will be in one industry, the next client will be another industry, and we'll find ourselves, and this happened to me, burnt out after a while. You'll get burnt out, you'll be tired, you're gonna be like, always feeling that you're like a machine, a Xerox machine. A long time ago, I felt like that. This is year 2005. Year 2005, by then I was already doing tattoos for, well, how many years then? 8 years, I think. And it was just people walking through the door and you doing what they ask you to. That's the business. But you stop feeling the emotion and attachment and passion for the art. And you feel like this is just a money exchange. It's a money exchange. It's a money exchange. And so that's where you start losing some of your passion, losing some of your drive. And now you're not happy, and there's no fun. And now it becomes a job like everything else that we do in this world to pay our bills. And so by finding who we are, what we want, what drives us, and focusing on that art, and focusing on, well, where does our art live? What is the market for that art? And where can we find those customers? Then you have the kind of art career that can stay focused on your passion, focus on the things that you like, and working with the kind of projects that you enjoy. That's one of the things that I've been thinking so far. If anybody got some feedback on that, please let me know. Let me switch my cameras. Let me see if I can switch this camera. There we go. That's not the one I want. How about that one? Yeah, I got multiple cameras connected here. And so that's what I've been going through in my mind. And that's one of the thoughts that I share when it comes to the short videos that I've been posting on YouTube and Facebook called the Thriving Artist Art Life Shorts. We have to focus on a thriving art life. We want a thriving art life. That's what we want, thriving, not starving, thriving. And especially in these different times that we're living in right now, the new normal is it's gonna require extra skills that we weren't used to being comfortable using. And social media is one of them. These video type of styles is one of them. Talking about yourself. Now you really have to share about yourself and tell a story to help frame the kind of art that you do and who you are and why do you do what you do. Because we don't have those right now, those everyday experiences and connecting with people in real life that they can get a sense of who you are and what kind of person you are when it comes to working with you. So these are things that we have to start thinking about when it comes to our career. If you want an art career, if you don't, then it's cool. Just draw, create, feel good about it. and use it as a hobby, as a therapy. Because to this day, my art is still my therapy. Okay, how are we doing? We're gonna check in with our artists. Let me see if I can get a better sound over here. Anybody like to add? Anybody would like to add to what I just said? Please drop it in the comments if you like. No, I keep hearing drawing.
I'm doing well. I just had to put my stylus down.
Okay. So it sounds like Alyssa's ready. What about you, Justin? How are you? Uh-oh. Justin, how we looking?
Oh, we looking good. We looking good. Got a little something going.
Okay, so I think it's time for you guys to be ready and clear your screen. Make sure it is a blank screen and get ready to start drawing. I'm gonna drop in a link here for the Art Life Artist King on YouTube, because I just finished talking about that. And let's see, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. All right, so Allyssa and Justin, get ready to rumble. And
gosh. Should we mute our mics again, or?
It's up to you if you want to talk. If you have something to share, go ahead and you can talk. I can be quiet, but you can start drawing now. That's it. Time is ready. It is 1:26. So at 1:56, it will be time, and I'm going to go ahead and start the clock now. I see myself.
You see yourself on my screen?
I see it. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. 3:30. There it is. Boom. So the theme was something about the new normal that we're living in right now. How we've been had to take precautions with our health and being out in public with others. And so face mask is part of the new normal. Then we also, toilet papers become as valuable as gold. I have a funny story about gold, is that in the year 2000, right before the year 2000, there was a big hoopla about computers, so how they were going to go down when the year turned 2000, and this is in the late 90s.
Y2K.
The Y2K, that's right. They call it the Y2K, and so the world was going to end, right? That was the big drama. It was that the world was going to end, and so all these experts are talking about, how do you prepare? That's when big time. If you were a doomsday prepper, you were winning, right? You were ready. I had some gallons of gas and some gallons of water. And it's like, well, this should be enough. But no, doomsday preppers were all the rage. And so when computers go down, this is the day a lot of things stop working, because a lot of it is based on computers, or when the power will go out, because it's also controlled by computers. And no gas the gas is not going to come out of the pump, because it's all controlled by computers. And so we were looking at a world of Mad Max. And so the experts were saying, hey, you should what is it? What do you call it? You should hoard gold. You should buy gold and have gold, because that's the only currency that we're going to use once the electricity goes out and the computers go down. And I was thinking to myself, well, who's going to want gold? What I'm going to hoard are beans and rice. Right? You need that, because who can eat gold?
Nobody.
Right. And so and that happened again, like all these people talking about it again. Of course, right before the lockdowns and quarantines began, people started hoarding toilet paper, and it's like I guess because you're gonna be in the house, you're gonna need extra toilet paper, but not that much. Like what?
All of it.
Yeah, all of it, right? The whole shelf. Like, that's my shelf. Like, well, how big of a house do you have that you're gonna have a room full of toilet paper? I don't know. In any case, to me, it feels a little bit extremist and dramatic when people start talking about gold and some of these supplies. It's like that. You can't eat that. There's some things that you do not need to have because you're not going to be able to eat it. What's going to be valuable is nice little handful of beans. Be like, I'll trade you some of these beans. That's right.
Beanstalk, man.
That's right. Yes. Some pinto beans. That's my favorite. Pinto beans. You can do black beans if you like. I don't like the black eyed peas. I'll eat them, but I'm not too much into those. But that's valuable because now you can eat or you can plant them. And right now, this is a lot of what's been happening is that, and I can see it shared online. That's why I know it's happening because people share it. Is that people are starting their own gardens. People starting their own hydroponics, their own small batch of growing stuff, and that's it. That's where the value is. Having seeds, having dirt, having a space for dirt. If you live in an apartment, it's a little bit difficult for outside garden. But I seen Ginger of Asifa South post some of her hydroponic setups, and it's like right now that is where when you're thinking about what's available in the stores and what it is valuable to you in everyday life, it's gonna be stuff you can eat. That's my 2 cents. That's my funny story.
Mm-hmm.
And
to all who live in Atlanta, please join the Atlanta Garden Club and share your gardens. That'd be great.
Oh, okay. Is that a group or that's just something you're asking?
That's a group.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Shameless plug. I run that group.
Well, you've been a green thumb for a long time. I've been following your work, and a few years ago, I saw you posting a lot about gardening and picking your own fruit, picking your own. Yeah, you were picking your own vegetables and then making your food for the week or something like that. I forget exactly what it was.
Stuff?
Meal prep, yeah. Mm-hmm. But it was all fresh, straight out the ground. So.
It's berry season right now. It's good for mulberries, and if you're looking to get blackberries, this is the time to get them.
I'm a blueberry kind of guy. I need to find some blueberries.
I don't know if that grows wild in Georgia.
Oh no! Oh man! So all the blueberry pies I eat, they come from somewhere else. Okay. All right. So we see there's a bear. That is Justin's screen. Justin is drawing on the iPad, and he is using the Adobe Fresco. I think that's
yes, sir. Adobe Fresco.
Mm-hmm. And is this the iPad that you bought brand new at the mall that time we went over there?
Yes, it is.
It's still rolling. That's right.
Still rolling. Hanging in there, man. You know.
Justin is rich. He walked into the mall, straight into the Apple store, and they're like, "How can we help you, sir?" And he says, "I'll take that iPad, please," and paid out crisp $100 bills, and we walked out of there smiling. I was smiling for him.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that.
Nice. So there goes the bear, and your art style is very comic and cartoon, really cartoony. You like drawing cartoon characters? Yep.
Thanks to Pops, man. You know, I used to watch Pops when he used to draw back in the day. So, you know, that basically spurred us on. And, you know, I remember buying my first comic book. It was Spider-Man the Lizard by Todd McFarlane. So, you know, after that, it was just on. That was just basically hit the ground running, man, you know.
Yeah. When you say Pops, you mean your dad?
Yep, my dad.
Your own dad? He's an artist? He draws? Oh, he used to draw?
What? You know, he used to sketch. He used to sketch a lot, you know. And,
wow.
You would watch him do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it kind of made me want to do it. So, you know, that's how I kind of got started in doing art and all.
Wow. I didn't know that. You never, and I know I never met your family really, really well. I do know you have a brother, but I never seen you or heard you talk about anyone in your family having any creative skills, except your kids. But children draw all the time anyways.
Yeah, for sure. They're gonna do their thing, you know.
Yeah.
I'll be here to, help spur them on.
Mm-hmm.
Give them some
Mm-hmm.
inspiration.
That's right. That's right. They're gonna have those memories. I remember my dad having all them art materials, all kinds of stuff all over the house. Word up.
Yeah, that's basically what made me want to do it. I was like, if he can do it, I can. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so your father never followed any um, um, his hobby, or never turned that hobby into a career or a job or projects?
No, it was funny, man, because after I saw him do what he did, he was basically taking care of us, so it wasn't really
Mm-hmm.
nothing being done with it.
Yeah.
But the encouragement was there.
Mm-hmm.
I remember him saying that I could possibly go and design cars and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always interested in doing certain things with the art, but I
Mm-hmm.
just didn't figure that out until I got to school. So.
Mm. But at least he gave you some guidance in the beginning.
Yeah.
That's right. That's cool. That's really great. I say that to parents all the time, because I teach kids and about art and get them to experiment. And parents reach out and they're like, "What do I do? What do I do?" I say, "Go buy a bunch of stuff."
That's right. Art materials.
Yes.
You can't never have too much paper.
That's right. Yep. Paper, pencils, markers, whatever. Just get them. Get them. Let them experiment. Yeah.
Yep. The materials too. If you really want to get down to the nitty gritty, you can use a box and they'll draw on that all day.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. For real, I used to have a job at Sunny Delight. So I've had tons of jobs before art was full time and paying my bills. I had lots of jobs, and one of those was working at the Sunny Delight. My job was sitting at this big old next to the big tub of bottles, plastic bottles, and they would run out in a line and get the Sunny Delight filled in and whatever. So I was at the place where you drop the big bottles in. And so all day long, I'm dumping bottles, and there's these pieces of cardboard that separate the levels of the bottles. And so within an hour, I got this tons of cardboard and markers, because I'm supposed to write something down. I forgot what I was doing. Any case, since I only have to do the dumping every 10 minutes, I would have like a whole 8-9 minutes just standing there. And so I started drawing on the cardboard. And then I would take the cardboard home with me at the end of my shift. It's like, hey, draw on whatever you got, whatever you have available to you, make it happen. So let's ask Allyssa to share a little bit of her screen. Let's see what you got, Allyssa.
My screen is shared.
Is it? Okay, why can I not see it? Let's see.
Let me share it again.
Yeah, because only one person can share it at a time. And so if you, yeah, there it is. Ooh, look at that.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yes. My God.
I know you can't tell what it is, but I'll just explain to you. This is what a masterpiece looks like.
That's right. You're just going to explain it. That's your explanation right there. That's what a masterpiece. I see you using guides. You're in Adobe Photoshop. So you're on this is a PC. And using Adobe Photoshop, I love it. You got your guides, so you can make your lines. And I think you're using the pen tool.
I am using the pen and the pencil. I like to mix it up a little bit.
Here's a fun fact for those of you who are watching: is Allyssa is official Emmy Award winner. She has an Emmy, professional, and because of her work with the show Archer.
Yes.
And so yes, we have a famous person here. And Robotic Pastries says, that's awesome. That is awesome. Yes. Robotic Pastries got skills. You got to check out Robotic Pastries Instagram and lots of Facebook Lives drawing. So that's awesome. And if Robotic Pastries is awesome, says it's awesome, then Allyssa, that's awesome. And I can already tell what it is. Besides being a masterpiece, it's a sanitizer bottle.
Not sneaky?
No, you're not sneaky. I am interested in that overall design because you are not just making a standard sanitizing bottle, but you're actually adding a little bit of design to it. It's got that little curve right there. Nice, nice, nice. You're adding the elements that go inside that bottle that makes that bottle function. I like it. I wonder how you're gonna color that in. Are you doing selections and then getting rid of parts that you don't want? I see.
I'm going to use a technique that I use when I'm flatting comic books, and you will see that in a little bit.
Oh, nice, nice. That's good. See, we get to see some secrets, some of the little secrets that artists use in their creative work. That's one of the things that I'm very interested in is watching other artists and how they create, because I learned on my own a lot of the things, just trial and error and figuring out what works and doesn't work. And then when I peek into the work of other artists, like, whoa, you know, I didn't know you could do that, or I hadn't thought about that. And it just adds to my library of tools. And Justin and Allyssa both went to art school. They both have art degrees. And I never went to any art school at all. I took one art class in high school. I was very bored. It was very boring and uninteresting. And I think it had to do with the school, with that class, with that teacher, but also the kind of student that I was. And so I swore off school. I swore it off. I said I don't care about school, and I don't care about art school or art classes. I didn't know there was an art school thing then. In any case, but what I have done is learn from others and watch what they do, watch their process, and take a little tip here, take a little tip there, and add on to my own skills. And I like to say that there's either school, either you learn in school or you learn from others. There's no such thing as self-taught. You do not write the book and then read the book and learn. You do not make the video series and then watch the video series and learn. That's self-taught, right? It sounds a little weird, but the fact is that you learn either in a classroom where there's resources brought to you, in a school where resources are brought to you, or you learn by looking for all those resources and connections that are going to help you. And so that's why I like watching other people's work. This is awesome. I would like everyone who's watching right now to please drop a link to your Instagram or Behance right there on the chat window. Where's the chat window? If you're looking, is the chat window on this side? Yes, I think it should be on this side, or is it on that side? Wherever it is, there's a little icon that looks like a word bubble. So go ahead and drop in a link. We want to see your work. And if you don't have a portfolio or Instagram where you share your artwork, start thinking about what is it that you would share, and feel free to share your process. I'm all about seeing other artists' process. There we go. Theo, word up. Instagram under the big mango tree. Nice. Let me go ahead and look at it. I have Teams on my phone. I'm going to click on that so I can check it out. And I already, oh, there it is. Oh, nice. There we go. Theo, I guess I didn't follow you before. This is awesome. And Theo is, you got the mermaid. Nice. I got a funny story about the mermaid. You're doing your 6 fan arts challenge. Nice. Very cool. Thank you for sharing your Instagram. Somebody else, you're welcome. You're welcome. I got a funny story about mermaid. All right, so here's a little bit more about the Thriving Artist art life. You know, there might be some of you who know me, and Angela dropping her Behance. I have seen it. Click on it, y'all, and follow her. If you don't have a Behance, you need to get to a Behance. They're free. Behance accounts are free, and you can upload your portfolio, bits and pieces of your work. So thank you, Angela, for sharing. So along with the Behance Creative Cloud Adobe conversation, its story is that, and some background. If you know me, I'm a bit of a hoarder. I got some computers back here. I got extra computers because I grew up poor, and so I couldn't buy myself what I wanted. We could barely afford things, but now that I'm grown, I buy whatever I want. something like that, right? But the reality is that I come on deals on things, and so I end up having more than one thing. Plus, I believe in having a backup in case my computer goes down. I have an extra one that I can do my work in. But the thing is that I look for deals. I look for opportunities where I can have something for a lower cost, or maybe even trade. And as a tattoo artist, I've been working tattoo artist for 20 years. I have built a reputation that I can approach people, talk to them about trading a device for a tattoo, right? Doing an exchange. So that's how I end up with extra gear. And so a few years ago, Adobe had a contest or it was like a challenge for mermaids in May, mermaid. Oh, Malik says, I don't have a professional drawing portfolio. I do fan drawings, and they're compiled in a folder on Facebook. And there's the Facebook link. Oh, go ahead and check out Malik. Awesome. Thank you, Malik. And so a few years ago, so I was visiting my mother in the month of May in LA. And I had a little Note 5 smartphone, and it's back here. And so Adobe in the Creative Cloud on Twitter said, hey, we're doing a mermaid contest, and post your mermaid drawn digitally on Adobe Sketch, which is an Android and iOS app for drawing, but made by Adobe, and it's a free app. It still exists now, so if you want to download that, you can, and use it for your devices. And they released a set of brushes made by Kyle T. Webster. Kyle T. Webster is an amazing illustrator and developer of brushes that we use in Photoshop today and many other programs. And so they released a brush pack, and they said, hey, use it, and then show us your best mermaid illustration. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for that. So I spent 3 days, for a couple hours each day, sitting at the kitchen table in my mother's house in LA, and I was drawing on a small little Samsung Note 5. And the Samsung Notes, they come with a little pen, so you draw on the screen. It was very little. It was tough. My neck hurt, and I was sitting there drawing. And I used the brushes, I did everything, and I posted it. Tagged Adobe and Creative Cloud. Well, I get a message days later from Adobe, and they said, hey, click this link, drop your information on here because you won something. And I was like, oh man, what did I win? And so I go looking at the post from Adobe, and I won second place. The first place was an iPad Pro and a 1-year subscription of the Creative Cloud. Second place was going to be just 1 year of the Creative Cloud. So like, well, at least I won a 1 year of the Creative Cloud. Like that's $600. That's $50 a month, 12 months. That's worth it. I like that. I'm down with that. And that's one of the ways that I want to create a cloud 1 year. And so you have to find the resources online, follow the accounts of companies and that cater to artists. And there's always something. There's always something out there that you can drop your name in, follow, participate, and then end up with something that's valuable and useful for your creator career. I have another Adobe Creative Cloud story. So in the early days of Adobe Draw, which is another Android and iPhone, iPad app for drawing made by Adobe, the early days, they were doing a lot of promotions about it, and they were giving away a Creative Cloud account for people who participated in the challenge. And it was drawing yourself or drawing something with a beard. And of course, I grow my beard all the time. So this time I had a beard. I was like, whoa, I'll draw myself. And so I participated. I uploaded, I tagged them. And then I get a message from Adobe saying, hey, fill out this form. Now, at that time, they were giving away Creative Cloud accounts, and they were giving away posters by some artist who was part of the competition. And he's one of the paid illustrators by Adobe. And so when they sent me that link, I was like, oh man, they didn't say I won the Creative Cloud. They just said I won something. And I was thinking, if I click this link and it says I won a poster, I'm not filling it out. Like, I don't care about the poster. And so I clicked on the link, and it said, you want to create a cloud subscription for a year. So that's 2 different times when I've won a Creative Cloud account for a whole year, and I didn't have to pay for it, and it's part of my tools and workflow. So the point of all of this, besides me that I'm a go-getter and I find ways to get something, is that you have to start looking for those resources, start looking and following these companies. I get stuff from Adonit, the paint company that send me stuff. I get stuff from Adobe, Microsoft. I follow them, I interact, I engage, I share my work, and then I turn that into a positive for my creative career. There you go. Robotic Pastries has shared her Instagram, CW the Creative, the Behance and Instagram. And Malik, my advice to you is to go ahead and get you a free Behance account and start loading it up. Behance accounts are free. As a matter of fact, when you get a Behance account, it's the same as a Creative Cloud account. And if you have a Surface or an iPad, well, either one, you can get download Fresco. And we're going to take a look at what Justin is doing. Justin, can you share your screen, please?
Yes, sir. Come right up.
And we have 6 minutes, y'all.
6 minutes.
6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on. But if you have a Creative Cloud account, then Behance is the same thing as the Creative Cloud. It's all the same company. Behance is owned by Adobe, and so you will have access to uploading your portfolio. Which reminds me of what I should do is share what you get out of Behance once you create a portfolio on Behance. And anyone who is interested in talking to clients, including you, Malik, anybody who's interested in talking to clients needs to have a portfolio page somewhere on the internet. Let's see. Portfolio. Let me type in my portfolio. Behance. All right, I know what to do. So this is my Behance. I'm gonna go ahead and share mine. And Justin, did you get your screen shared? I don't see it.
You don't see my screen? Hold on one second.
And then let's see.
Art broadcast. Here we go. Coming up.
Yes, there you go. And we do have a little under 5 minutes now. There you go. That's right. Start first. You're sharing your screen now.
Be rolling.
I'm going to share my portfolio link and my Behance link. And once you create a Behance link, the portfolio link is free. Both of those are free. And so all it takes is a little bit of uploading, formatting, and boom, you got your portfolio up there. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. Let's take a look at what Justin is drawing. Angela says she loves the lines. That's beautiful line work.
Appreciate it.
It is looking good. We can hear you, Justin. So what was it? Did I miss something?
Nah, I was talking to my pocket. You ain't missing it.
I like those chains. That's really cool. Uh-oh, you're gonna add a little bit of details now. We have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left.
2 minutes. I appreciate the time check. Let me speed up a little bit. Let me speed up a little bit, you know.
This is where that practice of drawing sessions, figure drawing sessions comes into play, where you have like 15-minute poses, 10-minute 5-minute poses, 10-minute poses, and it is during those 1 minute, 5-minute poses where you gotta get your minimal brush strokes in to maximize the image, the impact and the image. So yeah, you're gonna learn today. That's cool. And so you're gonna draw a letter A hanging off the. Okay, I see. Yeah. Very cool. All right. So do we want 5 more minutes?
Yes.
5 more minutes. Cool.
Yeah, 5 more minutes. Okay. All right. We're gonna
Thank you so much. You were so merciful.
We're gonna give you 5 more minutes, and while we wait on those 5 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, and I will tell you what more about how I have formatted. Here we go. And if you can see my screen, that's a good thing. Let's see. Let's see. Come on, there it is. Boom. I have a computer where I'm monitoring over here. So basically, this is my Behance page, and this is not a Behance commercial. I am not paid by Adobe to share this with you. I am just giving you some insights into a resource that I found useful to me, and it's really important that we have a portfolio somewhere where we can reference, where we can send people to see our work, and a place that people can reference who we are, what we do. And so it's one of my projects, and that's just a quick flat illustration there. Then I show the rest of my process. What I have not done in this piece is talk about why I drew it. What is it about this illustration? Versus some of them other projects where I actually do add in extra context, extra info to have context to the artwork. And this is what you should be doing, is having at least a post or two on your Behance that talks about what is it that you're doing, why are you doing it, what is it about this project that makes that connects you with it, what makes you the artist for this project or this project for you, and then talk about the project, talk about the artwork, the process, what did you do, what was the problem, how did you solve it, and that gives you an extra edge over other artists who don't do this or don't know how to talk about their work. And I was one of those artists where I didn't know how to talk about my work. I did not know how to explain myself. I just draw. Like, I just know how to draw. And so that makes it a little bit hard for a potential client to connect with you when you don't know how to express yourself or express your work and share the insights to your work. This is where museums have people who get paid to walk around. I don't know, maybe they're volunteers. I don't know. There's people in a museum walking around talking about a particular artist's life, and as they share insights into the exhibit. And so this is your job to present your work. And so here I am showing a whole tons of artwork that I've developed for a series of games that I published on a website called withkoji.com. And then, and so as you scroll down, you start seeing that some of them have been featured in an Illustrator Draw. This was featured in Fresco. This one was featured in Adobe Draw. Somebody is microphone. Let's see. This one was featured in a Illustrator Draw. And so, like in this one, I did a series of posters for Farm Burger. Come on, Farm Burger. And I share a little insight as to how I got connected with Farm Burger, what it is that they want. Here's the poster that they paid me for. And then my process for developing the artwork to get there. And all of this is designed to attract new customers, new clients who are interested in my work, and I can explain a little further about my process. And so now they know that I have a process, that I'm serious about my career, and that I know how to handle a customer from beginning to end, know how to handle the creative process from beginning to end, and I am a finisher. I can finish the work. So this is an example of that. Now, let me show you what happens once you start adding some posts here on Behance. Then you can edit your Adobe portfolio, and that's right here on the left hand side, Adobe portfolio. And when you start editing that Adobe portfolio, it takes you here where you can create a portfolio or a site. And so this is my the Creative Genius, my portfolio. I can edit things here, but at the end of the day, it'll look like this. And then it's just really focused on some of the selected works and how to get in touch with me. It's like a website. And then so you can submit an email. You can connect with me through various social medias, and you can know more about me. And there I am. And so that is one of the reasons why I really like Adobe Behance, and that you can have a portfolio where you can drop in your artwork and show off. Here goes another Adobe Fresco feature. I've been featured 3 times in the Fresco and 3 times in Illustrator. And that means that if you open the app, you'll see my artwork in the app. And so you can update your portfolio and have either share your Behance link or share your portfolio link. Either way, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. That's it. There. You don't have to spend money on a website. Not right now. So now, let's see who's been making all that noise. I want to say it was Justin Anderson. All right, we have 30 seconds left. 30 seconds. Hello? Anybody home? We have 20 seconds. All right. We have, let me check my timer. We have 10 seconds left. 2, 1, 0. That is it. Time is up. We want to see put down your pencils and see your works. Let's see your works. Let's see what you got going on, what's happening out there in your tablet or computer. Oh, look at that. I like that red too. Your microphone must be off, Alyssa, but
yes, I turned my microphone off. I apologize for that. That's
cool. That's awesome. Look at that. And so it's great. And then the look at the shadow. Look at the shadow. Those are hands. Wash your hands. Clean your hands. I like that. Yes. And the red sun, it's like it's a virus.
Yes.
It's bloodborne or blood. Very it brings back the idea of blood being blood related or health related. I like that. Nice. Very good. Very good. Okay, everybody, pay attention to the artwork, because it's gonna be your turn to take a vote on your favorite piece and why. So that's good. Thank you, Alyssa, for the awesome artwork. Now it's Justin's turn. Do we have Justin Anderson in the house?
Yes, we do.
All right, let's see what you got.
Some.
And yep, you got to start your share your screen. We heard you in the sink. We heard you in the kitchen. We heard you wherever you were.
That's background noise. Live environment here.
Oh, I see how you flipped the A. Go ahead. And, is it stuck or am I stuck?
Me? Am I?
Yeah. Is your screen stuck? No, we don't see the Well, we see your. Sir, there you go. There it is. There it is. There you go. Look at that. Cool. And it's got the A for ATL, Atlanta.
Yes, sir. That's what we at.
Stay
cool out here.
Stay cool. That's right. You got some of the detail and the gold chain. Got the hat looking cool. Awesome. And it's a bear. So why the bear? Tell us about the bear.
You know, just like your favorite group, Outkast, you know, when Big Boy said cooler than the polar bear's toenails. That's what immediately came to mind when you was like, think of a concept. So, you know.
All right. Nice. There you go. Okay, everybody, it's your turn to vote on your favorite piece. I'm just gonna start typing here so everybody can see it and hear it. I like the cartoon. I like the bear cartoon. It connects with the eyes.
Yes, sir.
But I like the hands. Like the hands as the shadow. That's hardcore. That's a nice little twist because we saw the down. Yeah.
She got down with that simplistic, you know. I like that.
Sanitizer. Did I spell that right? I spelled it wrong. Sanitizer. Oh yeah, because we saw the sanitizer and we're like, okay, it's gonna be a sanitizer. That's cool. We get it. But then that nice little twist with the hand shadow, that's hard. And the colors, yes. And Angela loves the colors and the hands with Alyssa's work. And that's one thing that I have a hard time with is colors. Like, you know, I guess my memory, my brain won't save those times when color schemes work. Because the next time I'm drawing something, I'm like, I don't know what color to use. I'm just gonna throw some stuff together. And
I usually use a color reference. So I love the work of Laura Berger, and I love her color choices. So I usually use her as inspiration for what kind of color palette to use.
Nice. There you go. So yeah, maybe I should do that, huh? I need to save selected works of my favorite artists and have that color palette. Isn't
there a resource for color?
Yes, there's an Adobe app called Color, and it's spelled weird, Color. But it's an app that you can save. Take pictures of things, and it saves the color palette. You can upload artwork into it, and it saves the color palette. And then you can, in Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, and all of those, you can open that library and access those color palettes. There are resources. You're right, Justin and Alyssa. I should do better. But there are resources.
You're too busy helping everybody else. You know,
right.
Forget about yourself.
Like, I don't know what to do, guys. Theo says, I like the hand soap. It is very calming. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's ominous and calming at the same time.
Yo, this definitely looks like a dope medical illustration. You know what I'm saying? Like something that'd be hanging up in the hospital. This is nice. This is clean.
Yep. Robotic Pastry says, I like the lines on the bear. Theo Allen says, I like the hand soap. It is very calming. And I think he also says, I like both concepts, but I'll go with the bear cartoon. So his vote is for the bear. But you're right, Justin. And at least I see this as a poster near the hallway where the bathroom is. Like, y'all don't forget to wash your hands. Angela says, both are really good, but I will go with Alyssa's. And Malik says, I like the sanitizer due to the contrasting colors. I like the bear because of his line contours. I choose sanitizer because of its recent events reference. So yes, that is true, that it has more of a recent event. If Justin, you had done a mask on that bear,
I was gonna try to throw a mask in there, but
Mhm.
you know, I ran out of time.
Yeah. So the hands down, hands up, the winner of today's art battle is Allyssa
Yes!
A Lewis.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, both
I know you
artworks.
see, but I'm knocking everything over.
You fit, your artwork fit the theme. It works for the discussion that we had. Your composition is great. The colors are good, and I think that given more time, I'm sure you would have added more. But I think that what it has right now, as minimalistic as it looks, it hits on the theme very strongly and makes a strong impression. So good job on that. And good job to Justin Anderson for the great piece. It's I love your art style. Anytime. Justin Anderson is an expert in the cartoon style. He's worked on several children's books, and so his skills are very awesome. We thank you for your participation, sir.
Hey man, appreciate y'all for having me, man.
You're welcome. Congratulations, Allyssa, says CW the Creative. Justin Jackson, the other Justin. I was sending Justin Jackson texts that were meant for Justin Anderson from my phone, and that's because too many Justins. Sorry about that. But Justin Jackson's got the clap. It's clapping. No, he doesn't have the clap. He's clapping. And good job, guys, and great work. All right, cool. So what we want to do is take a moment to shake it off. And I would like for Allyssa to share with us if you have something that you'd like to show us as you tell us about your creative career, and how did you get started? What was the decision? What were the series of decisions that you made that made you enter the creative field, and what inspires you? Start with any of that if you like.
Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so my name is Allyssa A Lewis, and I wanted to be an animator my entire life. When I was about 2 years old, my mother and I were watching Bugs Bunny, and we saw him being drawn to life by an animator. And I didn't really know jobs then, but I knew that people did things for like their day-to-day routine, and I told her that that's what I wanted to do. And I moved from military base to military base because my family was in the military. And if you've ever been on a military base, one thing you'll notice is that there's not a lot of creative work going on in large quantities. So it was really difficult for me to learn about animation or how to be an artist. But I kept at it. I did things like doing illustrations, and I think so many animators start out in comics. So I did a lot of comic books, and eventually it came time for me to go to school. And I went to Westland College. It's first for women, they'll tell you that. And it was a place where I could learn a lot about the creative field, but not animation specifically. So I transferred to Savannah College of Art and Design, where I learned a lot about animation, the animation industry. And college, I'll say, is not for everyone. I definitely have my regrets about my education and the exact path I went on taking it, but I will say that I got to network a lot, and I got to understand what I needed to know for the field that I went into. So I'm really grateful for that. I think about when I was struggling beforehand just to learn how to get into the arts, how it was such a mystery to me. I didn't understand the programs. I didn't understand the pipeline. And when I got my first job, it actually was my first year, my first quarter in Savannah College of Art and Design. I was working for Georgia Public Broadcasting, and I was working on a project that probably no one has seen. It's a World War II project, and it was my first kickoff. After that, I got my second, I would say, industry job working at Floyd County Productions on FX's series Archer. Now that was quite the journey because so many things happened in between the time when I was working at Georgia Public Broadcasting to Floyd County Productions. Biggest thing is the recession. 2008 hit. It's time for me to start getting ready to graduate, and nobody has any money for animation. So I started taking on all kinds of odd jobs. I worked at a yogurt shop for 7 months, which still was one of the most amazing jobs I've ever had. So much yogurt, so delicious. I worked at a construction company as a project manager and executive assistant, where I was procuring bids, which is a good skill set for a lot of people who are looking to take on new projects, learning how to get projects via bids. And I did lots of admin work, just tons of it. While I was doing that, working those two jobs, I ended up working between 72 to 80 hours a week, which is a lot for a student coming out of school. It was so stressful. I ended up getting shingles, and I saw that scar on my back from shingles. If anyone's had shingles, shout out to all my shingles people. Hooty hoo. It was really, really stressful. But when I got that first job, I remember sitting in the chair and thinking, I can't believe you're going to let me touch these characters and move things around. It felt so surreal. And I worked at Floyd County for about 5 seasons on Archers, about 5 years. And during that time, as an animator, a piece of advice that I held on to from a professor was that you should never brand yourself as just an artist working for a specific company. It's really easy to say, oh, I'm a Disney animator, I'm a Floyd animator, I'm a Pixar animator. And I took that to heart and tried to expand my reach with jobs. So I'm a Caribbean descendant, and in true Caribbean fashion, I look for more jobs. So not just working one job, doing many things. While I was working at Floyd County, I worked on an animation for 30 Rock for NBC. I worked with will.i.am, not will.i.am, it's Pharrell Williams of I Am Other. I did projects for Animation Domination, San Diego Comic-Con, Captain Planet's Planetary Movement. And then around the last year of working with Floyd County, I started my own company, which is an animation resource and staffing agency called My Animation Life. And we started staffing out projects. So if you're not familiar with staffing, it's really the process of connecting talent with people who are looking to get projects completed. I started doing that mostly because when I got into the industry, it was such a struggle, and I watched other people after I was in struggle to get their way in as well. And being on the inside, I thought, oh, it's going to be so much easier to give them advice. But the biggest obstacle I saw was that there was a lack of communication between people who had the jobs and people who wanted them. So many people who had the jobs, I don't want to say they're elitist, but they are hesitant to interact with people who don't have jobs. And so they go through networks that are really close-knit. And I wanted to open that up and to really make sure that everyone had the same opportunity instead of it being just a select group of animators get all the jobs. This website that you're looking at right now is my personal website. If you are a website designer and you just have tons of free time, you're welcome to critique my website. Even better if you want to help make the changes. This is some of the projects that I've worked on recently.
Right now we see the Photoshop screen.
You see Photoshop screen?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, 1 second. Let me share and unshare. Okay, how about now?
Not yet. There it is. Yes. Allyssa Lewis.
Okay, you see what I'm seeing now.
Yep.
So this is my personal website, and this is where I keep some of the pieces that I'm proud of that I've been working on. I do have some more recent work that I've been working on. Right now I'm working on 2 animated projects, and one is called The Ocean Duck, right here, where I am a project manager, and another one is called Shroomies, where I am the project manager producer. And as of last week, everyone keep your fingers crossed, we just got greenlit for 12 mini episodes to be put out for a company. So if you are an artist looking for work in the animation pipeline, please do contact me, because I'll be looking for lots of talent in the next few weeks. I also house things like a miniature resume on here. So if you're ever interested in some of the stuff that I've worked on, it's right on this page. And this is the company page for My Animation Life. Some of the things that we're really proud of is that we have an animation resource section that's really robust. We have the most inclusive animation map for the Southeast. So that really means that if you're in the animation industry and you're looking for studios to work for, you can check this map out and find them. You can always turn on the other sections on the map by clicking here. I only have one section open by default, and that's studios. And you can always navigate and see where they are. And then we have a classified section, which is the most inclusive for animation in this region. And this month right now, we list over 100 animation jobs in the industry for Atlanta and Georgia, surrounding Georgia, animators. And you can always go here and look for jobs. And we also have a calendar that houses things like events. On the staffing side, we work to improve artists and help clients get their work done. So you can always go here. But we're most active on our Facebook page, where you can see some of the events that we've done in the past and the virtual events that we'll be doing soon. What really inspires me to continue doing art is seeing people realize their dreams. There's so many times I can think about just silly struggles that I've had in my career. Silly in that, oh, I can't talk to a certain person because I'm not high enough, or I don't know what to put in my portfolio, or there's a critique that needs to be made on my animation style and I'm not aware of it. Those are silly things because it can be easily fixed. And I really feel like if there are people out there who are willing to support artists in all those small things that they need assistance with, then they'll go a lot further and our industry will grow and become a lot stronger. I'd love for the United States to be a huge world power when it comes to animation. I know we have so many competitors and this is one huge industry, but my heart is that so many people here will get opportunities that they haven't gotten in the past.
Amazing. The work that you're doing with the community is very much necessary, because the story I hear is that artists, it's always difficult to find a way for an artist to make money. And the resources that you have shared and you continue to share and build with the community is a way for artists to sustain their careers and their passion that they went to school for or that they're following through on. And that's what they want. And so it's amazing the work that you're doing right now. We thank you for that. Theo Allen is asking, does your list on the My Animation Life website show internships as well?
Yes, it does.
Okay. I thought I saw a drop-down link that showed a lot of different things, including internships, but that's awesome. That's great. This is good. Anybody else have some questions for Allyssa? Ask it out loud or drop it in the comments. Okay, well, thank you, Allyssa, for sharing all of that. Please follow up with her on her website, Allyssa, yeah, just one A. Oh, it does have the extra A. That's right, Allyssa A Lewis. I was trying to read it and stuff.
Even if you don't put the A, it'll still route you here.
What? Oh,
I bought both domains.
Big timer. Word up. That's smart. And you can see her social media links if you want to connect with her, follow her work. But reach out through the website. And of course, there's a contact form. But reach out through the staffing agency website, because then if you want to reach her for your work and you're interested in the projects that she's working on. And as she said, right now, she is recruiting artists for the projects that she's working on. And I know I'm going to throw my name in there. I'll draw something. Let me draw.
Please do.
I'll draw something. Give me some guidelines and I'll do it. Awesome.
Yeah,
thank you very much,
definitely,
Allyssa.
I'll try that.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right. So, Mr. Justin Anderson, I'll tell you that a long time ago when I met Justin Anderson, The Matrix was brand new and fresh.
Oh my God.
There's a new Matrix gonna be filming. I think it's gonna start filming soon. And so I used to joke with him and call him Mr. Anderson. It was a corny joke. It was. Oh yeah, everybody else did that. Go for it, sir. It's your turn.
Everywhere.
Mm-hmm. So tell us about you, your career path, decisions, why. What's your passion?
You know, when I like I said, when I first started, man, like I used to watch my pops and whatnot. So, you know, that kind of took me to Georgia Southern University. This was back in like '98. And you know, I went down there with the sole reason to, you know, get better at drawing so I could, you know, start drawing comic books professionally.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a couple classes, like off the wall classes, stuff that really didn't, pertain to what I was trying to do, but, like clay making, sculpting, stuff like that. Gave me a well-rounded range of,
of experimentation. Yep.
what I could do with my art, stuff like that. So
please share your screen. Please share your screen as you're talking. Sorry.
I will.
I know you're starting to get into the groove. Want to see your work as you talk.
I'm having some technical difficulties here.
Man, you need to throw that iPad away. Give it here.
No. You don't want it. My app is not responding.
Okay, cool. Then I'll do it. I'll share some of your stuff.
Remote me in, man.
Yeah, I got you.
You gotta do it. Appreciate it. But yeah, kind of like that journey, trying to follow the pursuit of becoming better as an artist to draw for a specific niche, led me to another, realm, which was graphic design. And so, that's when I figured out I could actually make money, and help businesses, have a better look, and that's what I was attracted to. I was always looking at companies, looking at signs, things like that. And, I kind of drew from that. And so it was kind of natural that I jumped into graphic design, trying to, put layouts together, flyers, logos. And of course, doing logos was actually the most exciting thing for me, because I got to do something that was creative, illustrative, and also something that somebody was going to use for their business. And so throughout the years, since I've been doing this professionally since 2004 after graduating, I've helped a range of businesses in the local area. And like Dan said, I've done 2 children's books, and, definitely looking forward to doing more of those in the future. Maybe possibly even my own. It just comes with writing and coming up with character concepts and things. Whole 9 yards. But that's been the basic journey that I've been on, following the art, leading me to where I am now, where I'm just helping businesses, with social media, marketing, any type of graphics, website design. And being that we have been on lockdown status, it kind of allowed me to learn something new. Whereas Alyssa loved the animation, that was, part of, my core, growing up, watching my father draw, looking at cartoons all day. The 80s cartoons was no joke, man. And so, that's one of the things I wanted to pick up was animation. And I'm kind of, I used Adobe After Effects. I took some time to learn that. And I'm starting to use that for business as well. So just, everything that you have an affinity for art, you should pursue a path and, gain as much education from it, and pursue it as much as possible.
That's right. And so right now, even though you started your career with the cartoons, with the drawings, children's books, you're pretty well versed in finding the clients who you can do several different types of things that helps them build their brand and market their brand, which to me, that's awesome, because then you get to work with a client a little bit deeper and further and care about their business and how it is presented to their market.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, it's a great thing to do that, because you feel, I get a sense of fulfillment, man. It's like the best feeling in the world when you got a happy customer and they're singing the praises, So there's nothing like that in the world. I mean,
Yeah, I like that. And I can see myself right there. I see my picture. I see myself. There's me. Awesome. Does anybody have any questions for Alyssa or Justin Anderson? Please drop it in the chat or say it out loud. Turn on your microphone and share a question.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, this is Malik Watson. I'm a student at Scott College, getting my master's in Word and Digital Communication. I do have a question, and I think, or it does with y'all experience, just trying to like transform from what you learned in school into the real world, like trying to make those connections before you get out there.
So
Are you asking how or?
Like, and how?
So the question is, how do you get the connections going in the real world versus while you're still in school, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for asking that, Malik. I really feel like now is the best time for you. You have this amazing title, and it's student. Student is non-threatening, it's non-challenging. It's the person who is just here for information. And honestly, so many people would love to give back to people who are students. Once you leave school now, then the real challenge begins because you are considered competition. So now is a great time for you to go on LinkedIn and start looking up artists and people in the industry, maybe who are higher up than the artists, who can assist you. I think it's a great time for you to also decide where you want to go in your career. So if you start thinking about, are there any particular studios or houses that you want to work for, and start connecting with the artists and the people that work there now while you're non-threatening. Get your feedback from them. It'd be great if every time you create a new piece, you find someone to help critique it or to improve upon your work based on their critiques, and really start a mentorship with them and yourself instead of just your school teaching you everything that you're learning. Another thing you can do is go on social media. A lot of artists are on Twitter, and they used to be on Tumblr, you know, may he rest in peace. And Instagram is still really popular. So those are places where you can follow artists and start communicating with them. I would say if you're more of the timid type, start with just flattery. So if you see a piece of art that you enjoy, instead of commenting something simple like, oh, nice piece of art, put something more in depth. Show that you're in art school right now. Show some of your art knowledge. Talk about how the color palette really speaks to the content that is arranged on the page. Talk about the composition or the line weight or something that you can speak to in a more professional manner. And then allow people to come back to your page and to interact with your work. So if you have artwork, make sure that you have a place that it's housed. Dan spoke earlier about having your own website or having a Behance or some sort of social presence. I would say make sure that you have some form of visual representation of your work so that a conversation can be started about your work. Remember that networking is not just about you figuring out what you can get from the other person, but really it's a relationship. So if you are looking at the person who could help you in your career as someone who can also be a friend or a mentor or just someone who can support you along your journey outside of just getting a job, I think you'll go a lot further with making more connections.
Awesome answer. I hope you took some notes on that.
I wish I should. I wish I did. But I definitely found the most important parts. So thank you.
That's great. Awesome. Thank you, Allyssa, for that answer. Thank you for asking the question. I think this is it's very important to feel that you are part of the arts community now, right now, not once you graduate, not once you're looking for a job, but right now, at any moment that you feel that you are that's your path and create a path so that you start making those connections because yes, you want to know people, know about resources. That's how I met Allyssa, is through my animation, Asifa, a long time ago. And yeah, and then hanging out at the meetups. You know, right now there's no meetups right now, but yeah, hanging out at the meetups, going out to meet people who I don't know, companies that I know that existed, and but connecting, let them know your name, let them see your face, and slowly you start building those relationships that when the time comes for information and resources or even jobs, like even here right now today, as Allyssa shared that she is looking for more artists, then that's when those opportunities are going to come along, and now they have a familiar face to connect with and say, yes, I remember you. You're the one who asked that question during that time. Come on, let me talk to you about something. So yes, that's great. Robotic Patient says it is good to reach out to other artists whenever you can. That is correct, and I'm glad that you reached out and said something here today. Anybody else have a question that one of us can answer? Justin Anderson or Allyssa Lewis?
Oh, I had one more thing to add, just
Yes.
as you brought that up, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I know it's difficult for us to go out and meet people. And honestly, meeting people face to face is one of the best ways to make a connection with them. But while we're stuck indoors, I have found that joining all these online events and then asking a question, adding your information in the chat, reaching out to speakers afterwards has really made it a lot easier to network.
Of course, that's right. That's right. So anytime I see some event going on that I can join online, that I'm joining it. I want to know more about it. I want to see what people are saying, hear what people are saying, and get familiar with the names. Get familiar with the names. That's great. Anybody have a question? Anything else they'd like to add? And if you or a question related to the business of art, please say so now. I want to thank Allyssa Lewis and Justin Anderson for the time. Please give them a hand.
Thanks for having me, Dan. I appreciate you, man.
You're very welcome. I don't know what that was, but it sounded like the crowd was cheering. That was awesome.
Thank you so much, Dan, and thank you, Microsoft, and thank you, other Justin.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you all. I am still here. I'm going to stick around for a little bit in case anybody got something that they'd like to add. Angela says, thanks, guys, for the amazing tips. Check out the links that we've shared so far. I think I shared the Art is King YouTube link. And then here is the meetup link for where we're going to keep doing this art battle series. And you can stay tuned for more upcoming ones. We're starting to add them to the calendar. The next one is in 2 weeks. As a matter of fact, in 2 weeks, we're going to have also another different session going on while the art battle is going on. So you can choose which session you want to get in on. The art battle session on the 17th, or the same day, the 17th, there'll be a kids literature, kids lit. Is it the 17th? I think it's the 17th. Kids Lit event. I think it's the 17th. I have to double check, because now I'm just questioning myself. Mike Mays is asking, is this going to be shared? And yes, it will be shared. It is being recorded, and we're going to share it later on. May 17th is Kids Lit presentation. May 24th is the art battle. And then, and there's going to be a Kids Lit presentation. So the May 24th is going to be two things. May 17th, and 2 weeks from now, we're going to have a Kids Literary presentation for those of you who are interested in learning more about children's book, children's illustrations, and the children's publishing industry. So thank you all for hanging out. Thank you, Justin and Allyssa. You guys are cool. If you'd like to leave some last words, please do so. Hey,
check out my website, artist53.com. Follow me on Instagram, artist53. That's artist053 on Instagram.
I want to tell you all to please go and get all the free education you can online. This is an amazing time right now where so many software companies are offering free education and software access, especially for you, Malik, who is a student. You have so much free access right now. Make sure you don't let this time go by without getting a lot stronger in your art career. You can find me at AlyssaALewis.com. I put my information in the chat. And you can also reach out to my company, myanimationlife.com. My personal email on that is Allyssa@myanimationlife.com.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. If Justin Jackson is in the house, you feel free to say a few words. Okay. Well, check out.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was having trouble coming off mute. Yeah, thank you guys. This was wonderful. I really enjoyed watching and hanging out and just learning so much. But just a couple quick things on our end. If you guys are ever it's
You're breaking up. It is it's kind of broken up, Justin. Turn it up.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin. Whatever it is that you said, if you want to type it out on the chat, please do so because we cannot hear you. It was breaking up in and out. It sounded like you were going under a tunnel. Well, thank you everybody for being here. Please drop me a question if you like. If you want to stick around, please do so. We're gonna go ahead let Justin Anderson and Allyssa Lewis roll off. And there it is, a link for any more events coming up at the Microsoft Store and or even online right now while the store it comes back online with the mall. There is the link that Justin Jackson had just shared. This Artist King series of events, Kids Lit series of events are going to be listed at the website on the Microsoft Store website. So check that out. We're always going to share that link so that you can get up to date on the things that are happening either in person or online. And hopefully we'll be back in the mall within the next month or so. All right. Thank you, everybody. If you want to stick around, please say so. Say, hey, I got a question for you, Dan. If not, thank you for being here today. I appreciate you. Stay tuned for more. Follow on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Delta Tango Mike, Art is King _ATL, or even Artist King on YouTube for more. And we're going to share this video here today at the Artist King YouTube channel. All right. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you. Have a good day.